My name, Freddie Wilson Banks. Well, the only reason I know I'm here is that the gentleman and I was at the senior citizen hall over here, and we started talking something about the Alamo, how it all started coming about, and he said, "What do you think about it?" I said, "Well, I don't know." I said, "I might have some input one way or the other on it." I said, "After all, I'm supposedly a son of the Alamo," and we talked more and more about it. And he said, "Well, how do you know all this?" I said, "Well, this is what I was told through my years with my grandparents and my mother, that my mother and 4 other sisters and 1 brother are the family of the mother of her brother or them fought in the Alamo." Now, how true all this is, I don't know, because I'm not educated enough to go through a computer and go through all that stuff to find out. But my aunt, she was a school teacher, and she was a post office master and everything, and I'm sure that she went through a lot of that stuff to get this information that she did get here, and I feel like it's reasonably true what she has told us through the past. And that's basically all that I can tell you about this here part.
He was with Sam Houston?
Yes. Cleo Bell Wilson was my mother, and it was her mother, either her mother's brother or her daddy, one of them men, fought in the Alamo itself. I'm not going to tell you yes he did or didn't. This is what the book says, and this is what my aunt has told me, you know, through the years.
But you're from the Bostic family?
Well, originally,
Okay. Well, that's what I meant. That was the original family name.
I guess that's how you would say it. Well, I do know that at one time, my aunt came down, and she, somewhere between here and Houston, she was telling me something about up in a tree or something. Like I say, there's so much that they told me through the years, you know, that I can't remember all the little details. But she said something about up in a tree that Indiana or somebody put something, and they had found it, kind of thing. And now when my stepdad, after my mother had got divorced from my first father, my stepdad Tucker, he was a baker at the Milam cafeteria downtown for years and years and years. He lived at 1747 East Crockett. And what I hear from him is that at one time, something to do with the Alamo, the fence or the borderline of the Alamo came up East Crockett Street up in that area.
You could,
And he had a house on Crockett Street, and I can remember it just as well as I'm sitting here, that down the fence line, on the west side of the fence line, there was always a big hole there. And every time we had any rocks or anything, he told us to throw it in that hole, because it was a hole that he didn't want us to fall in, because he didn't know how deep it was. And supposedly it was a well from the Alamo. And I often wondered, you know, when you hear them say that they dumped all that money and gold into a well, could that be it? Who knows?
I do know there was one there on the property, you know, right by the Alamo.
Oh, yes,
That well,
if they say there was wells all in that area there
yeah.
of the Alamo. And then my grandfather, he was a sheriff he was a sheriff over somewhere around San Angelo, in that area there.
Okay.
Cherry Springs, Richland Springs. He was a sheriff at this time that I'm gonna tell you about.
Okay.
And he captured Casey Kidd, which I'm sure y'all all know who I'm referring to as Billy the Kid. He captured him and put him in jail. And that was my grandfather, Mr. Wilson.
Okay.
Now, if you want to know about me personally, all I can tell you, I'm just an American redneck boy. I believe in what's right's right and what's wrong's wrong. I'm sure y'all all know where Senior Road is. There's a gentleman that lives up between the police officer's house and Hooters there. And he was being robbed one afternoon. And my friend and myself, we was in my pickup and we were hauling hay. And they always called us Long Ranger and Tonto because he was a Spanish guy and I'm white. And we always dressed in Western clothes. So we're coming past the house and I noticed, I looked over and I seen the door was open and all this stuff was on his front porch. And that guy never had nothing like that. Well, I was driving and I went past and as it hit me in the head, I turned around real quick. And when I did, I threw all the hay off of the truck. Well, that was important, but I looked back and made sure there was no cars or nothing around. It wasn't. By the time I got turned around, these other people already jumped in their vehicle, backed out, and took off down the road. And I said, well, I hate to tell you boys, but I said, y'all ain't going to outrun this old man. And at that time, I had a pretty good souped up little Chevrolet truck with a big bumper on the front of it. And I took out after them. And right at the turn there, as they were making the turn, I came across like that and caught the back bumper of them and pushed them off into the ditch. They jumped out and they took off running. One of them had a gun and started shooting at us.
Oh.
So I said, well, you have to just shoot at me because I said, I'm going to follow you. So I followed him through some brush and stuff. And then I got back up on the road. We called the law and they came out there and we caught them in a lady's house back up in there. But we caught them. That was one of my second episodes. But when I was 21 years old, I worked for a mobile food service, Alamo catering service. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it or not, but it was in San Antonio. And I was a supervisor and I was on one of the trucks that day and I was running the route. And as I came down the street just before South Florida, right behind the Goodwill area in there was a tire shop. And I turned to go in toward the tire shop. This lady come running in out of the house over here, hollering, he's in the back room, he's in the back room, he's gonna die, he's gonna burn up. Well, I noticed the house was all on fire. Well, my first instinct was to stop, because she was hollering and she's in the middle of the room. So I stopped, and the fireman was over here with his water hose and everything. I took off my jacket and let him wet it down. I put it back on, and I ran through the alleyway between the house and a big fence, and she said he's in the back room back there. Well, I went to the back room, and here this man is standing behind the door. And I said, come on over here, sir. He said, I can't move. Well, I didn't know he couldn't walk. And there was just a small window, probably no larger than one of those squares on that door right there. And he was back in there. So I went ahead and knocked the window out and went in there after him. Well, after I was in there, I'm thinking, how am I going to get him out of here? So I told him, I said, you just come on and get on my back. Well, the bed was like here, and the window was there. I reached out and held on to the window, and I hollered to the other guys in the other yard. I said, y'all come over here and pull him off of me. And they came to the window and they pulled him off of my back and pulled him out that way. Well, stupid me, instead of going this way, where did I go? I went back down the same way I came in, right in through all the fire and everything. And the police and the officer said, are you okay? I said, yes. He said, where's the man at? I said, he's on the other side of the street over there, in the back. He's all right. And they said, well, thank you. Well, that's all I knew about that. And I was going to bring up the letter that his son had wrote me. He was overseas at that time. Well, I guess it's probably a year or so later, his son came back. He wrote me a letter of appreciation, and he gave me a bottle of whiskey.